Do-more BRX PLCs has now added the ability to be an Ethernet IP adapter. Now you can integrate this affordable control system with your ControlLogix or Compactlogix systems, allowing you to easily share data between the two control systems, or even better, replace your expensive Ethernet IP distributed field I/O with the BRX PLC. An Ethernet IP scanner might be thought of as a client or master device. It is the originator or initiator for the exchange of data. An Ethernet IP adapter might be thought of as a server or slave device. It is the target device for the scanner. So in this example, the BRX would be the target for the Compact or ControlLogix originator. In this implicit Ethernet IP communication between the BRX target and the ControlLogix originator, the data is handled by passing information in two data blocks: the input data block and the output data block. The input data block is what the originator receives from the target. The data flow direction is from the target to the originator, or T to O. Then there is the output data block. That is what is being written to the target. The data flow direction is from originator to target, or O to T. To set up this Ethernet IP communication between the BRX PLC, we must first enable Ethernet IP adapter in BRX. To set this up, have your BRX project open your system configuration, select the CPU configuration, select this checkbox, and then select here to start the configuration. Here you can have up to 4 separate I/O adapters. Each has the option for an input block and an output block. There are occasions where you may want to only read from the BRX and maybe not write to it, so you only have to enable the input block. Typically, you'll want a two-way communication. First, I'll enable the input block. Here, you can enable reads and writes for explicit Ethernet IP communication. And here, you can enable this block to be an input word. As we discussed earlier, this is a target to originator. Here we define the data in the BRX that will be mapped to this input block. You can define the data to be data registers in the BRX, or even use a heap item in BRX. When selecting your addressing, make sure to follow the rules mentioned here. For this example, I'm just going to use the default addressing to simplify things. Now to enable the output block, or originator to target, check this box. Like before, here you can enable the reads and writes for explicit communication. Here you define this block as an output block. Here you can determine how this data is handled if there is a loss of network connection. And like before, here is where you define the data that is mapped to the output word. Now that you have this set up, you can select here to export the EDS file that you will use to import this setup into your ControlLogix controller. This will make the setup much easier. Once you have that saved, back out of this configuration and send this project to your BRX PLC. Open up your RS5000 project, go to Tools, select the EDS file tool. This will bring up a wizard that will validate our EDS file. Hit Next, select to register an EDS file, hit Next. Now browse to the EDS file we created in the BRX software. Hit Next. This screen lets you know that this EDS file verified correctly. Select Next. Hit Next. Select Next. And then hit Finish. Now your EDS file is registered to your RS5000 software. Now we need to add the device to the PLC network. Click here on the Ethernet network and select to add new module. This new device will start with the part number BX. use that to search. It'll make it a little bit quicker on you. And right here is the device that we added. Give this new module a name and realize that this name will become the prefix for all your tags. Now you'll need to enter the IP address of the BRX PLC, hit Change the Connections here, and select this. This provides your implicit Ethernet IP communication. Select OK. And now you can see your BRX PLC in your Ethernet network. Nice, quick, and clean setup. With the BRX PLC, you can truly do more. If you have any questions on this setup, please feel free to comment below or call into our free technical support department. Select here to see more videos on the BRX platform, and make sure to select here to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more upcoming videos and solutions.